Hello there, messers. I'm back again with the SG. If you watched the last video, we had a problem soldering or desoldering everything out of it. I bought a new solder iron. That seems to be working a lot better. Unfortunately, that old thing I had didn't. Yeah, you couldn't buy any spare parts for it. It was that old, so I decided to bite the bullet and just buy another one off Amazon. I might, after I've used it a little bit, do a review on it to see if it's worth you guys buying one if you're interested in, getting a solder iron, or cheap one at that be it anyway. What I've discovered after fettling with this thing for a little bit, or messing about with it, is that my pots that I wanted to put in here out of the Les Paul are actually too big for the holes. So after doing a little bit of research, I've decided I'm going to remount the holes, make them bigger so the pots can fit in. The shafts are going to be too long, they're going to be too wide, so I'll ream these out. And what I want to do today is make a little CAD template. If you don't want that, it's just a cardboard template to make a backing piece for this, so the shafts won't be too long as well. So when the volume buttons are on there, they won't stick out 100 miles. So let's get to that. I'm going to take off everything out of here. And that's loose anyway. Spin it over. Undo it. Hopefully you can see that. I'll double check. Yeah, see that fine. Just got a piece of cardboard to do it with. Yeah, it's turning into a little bit more of a just easy switch over than I thought. But after looking online, I wanted to put an upgraded pot in it anyway. I mean, it could be a case of these don't work, so it could all be a colossal waste of time. But at least if I've made the pits to holes, I can actually upgrade the pots and everything to be CTS pots, or as good a pots as I can put in it, rather than just buying inexpensive ones which basically turn on and off. I mean, if you didn't know, when you have less expensive pots, you don't get so much movement in the volume controls and the tone controls. You've basically got on, nothing at all happens until the very end, and then you get a little bit louder and then louder. Rather than the more expensive pots, you get a whole full movement on them. So there's a switch, the old switch, and it's just an Epiphone switch, which to be honest is fine. I've got a Switchcraft switch to put in it, but unfortunately I don't have any wiring diagrams for it, so I couldn't rewire it in, so I'll be using the old switch. I've got a new import jack which I'll probably be using. There's no reason to not I mean, there's nothing wrong with this one, but I can keep this as a spare. So there we go, all cavitied with what now on it. So my idea is I can put the guitar to one side for the time being. So no, I don't need all of that. It's to try and cut the cardboard out into this shape and then get that recess cut in there, because I don't think I need any more than this amount for the block to fit in. It's just got to sit the pots on it. Doesn't need to interfere with the jack port or the switch. There shouldn't be any difference in height. I will check that. But basically I want to make a cardboard template to fit in there. So my first thing I'm going to do, as a rough guide, so I've got something to work with, let's get a piece of cardboard, and this eventually will just be a template, so I can cut out a piece of wood. I only need a small amount of it. Oh, that would be for bin. I'm thinking if I can trace around here first, cut this out. That will give me a start, even though that's the backing plate, and then I know I can cut down it and go from there. It doesn't have to be neat, this will be sliced up and cut up as and when. probably think of an easier way of doing this. Not the best with a pair of scissors. Luckily, it doesn't have to be neat. That will start me off. Now, choice. I know I'm over there with it. That roughly fits in there. And then I should be able to guesstimate. I'm on the corners here and here. So if I was to cut this edge off, and this edge off, it should fit nicely there. Then get my pen, go cut that amount. And that amount. Let's try that. This may take a few attempts, or it might work first time. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. All I need this to be is to fit in there. That's perfect. Just say, there we go. That will cover all the holes. And just hope the holes aren't any corners. And I'd say that's good. That's good to go. We're in there. Now what I'm going to do is turn the guitar back over. Lots of pieces of stuff over there. Make sure roughly, it's on the inside, that it will cover all my holes. And there we go. So now I've got my block of wood I can use for my template on the inside to fit my pots on it. I know the pots I've got are 90mm long. I need them down to, I think it's 10mm. So I need a piece of material in there that's realistically about 10mm, hopefully a bit less. But we'll see what I can do. Also, in another video, I'm going to redo the shielding on the outside. While I've been away, I've put extra dabs of solder on the new pickups and some other parts to make it easier for when I fit the new stuff in there. So yeah, that's where we are with this SG, which is turning into a lot more. I'm going to leave that in there, that's safe. I may as well leave that in there as well. So I'm going to put that back on. I know I've made my CAD template and I'm good, and that's all safe and secure in there. So when I come to cut the wood out, it should be pretty easy to do. In fact, now before I do that, let's put these screws back on because I don't want to lose those. I mean, I'm not using this import jack, but I'll keep them anyway because it will come in handy as spares. I think if you're ever doing a project guitar, anything you don't use, don't throw away, because you never know, you might want to do another one and oh look, I've got something I can use. And to be fair, I never knew I'd be trying this, but live and learn. I was even tempted to try and actually make the pot connections up myself, but I think that's going to be a last resort. That would be the cheapest way of doing it, but if I did this and everything did go badly, there are companies out there which you can buy pre-wired kits for, which you just then really resolder your pickups in, which to be fair, I think I'd rather, even though they're quite a lot of money, I'd rather do, because my electrical skills are very limited and I don't want to end up buying even more stuff that I don't really want to use constantly. The solder iron I will. I've already got ideas for future projects like this. Also, there's my love of Scalextrics and slot cars. I want to do a few videos on those. Put some new motors in them as well. So this channel is not just about guitars, it's going to be about other things as well. It's just, this is one of my biggest hobbies and I've wanted to do this for ages, so I thought I'd start with this. Alright, and there you go. That's where we are with this. There's lots of other things to do. I want to do a future video on clean. I've got some cleaning materials. I don't know if you can see it particularly well, but the back, there's lots of little faint scratches in, and I've got some compound to hopefully take those out. I have no idea if you can see them. You've got to get it in the right light. They're all over here and all over the place. I did T-cut. I tried T-cutting it once using car T-cut. Doesn't really work. Doesn't destroy, damage anything, but doesn't really do the job it should do. But I think that's not for the type of lacquer on these guitars. So there you go. That's where we are so far. Yeah, I hope you've enjoyed the video, and sorry it couldn't be a little bit more. Anyway, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe.